And when I asked Joanne about her introduction, she was quite contrite, I think, when she spoke to me, and she said, simply, technology is not a good thing. Please welcome Joanne Smith. Put it down, Joanne Smith. I do listen.
Imagine you're sitting in a park with me and a friend. We're having lunch. It's a hot, sunny day, and like today. And a young woman comes by and sits down, and her little girl runs into the park, screaming with glee. She jumps on to the swing set, and she goes back and forth, back and forth. And slowly she gets higher and higher. And finally she hits the apex and jumps off, does a full twist, and lands. Ta-da! Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, that little girl looked so happy when she first landed, and then she looked at her mother, and the smile disappeared. Any ideas why her smile disappeared?
Her mom was on her phone.
Exactly. Her mom was on her phone and didn't see this amazing feat of bravery that this child just did. Have you ever been in that kind of situation where you've missed something important because of technology? I know I have been guilty of the same kind of thing. Years ago, I found a book by a man named Jeff Povey. And if you ever get a chance to read this book, I highly recommend it. It's called The Serial Killer's Club. And when I got that book, I picked it up and I carried it everywhere. I walked through City Hall. I walked down the streets. I walked everywhere with that book. I was good. I could see people walking past me. I have great peripheral vision. I even walked up to the crosswalk at City Hall. I had somebody walk one side of me, somebody walk the other side of me, so I kept going. And then I heard it. C-train coming my way. I ran. I could have got myself killed. And all because I couldn't put down that amazing book. Technology was my electronic book. Nearly killed me. Technology has some great advantages, but there are so many things that we miss because of technology. Last Christmas, my daughter asked me, "Why do you call your bus the happy bus?" I said, well, I have a choice between multiple buses going from work to home and back, but there's one that I rush to pick up every morning. Just one. And there's a reason for it. You see, when I get on that bus, I'm the first person. And about 6 blocks later, a lady, Ann, gets on the bus and she asks, "How are you today?" "Well, I'm fine, thank you." And a little further on, John gets on the bus. Ann asks John, "How was the hockey tournament?" And as we pick up people, they talk to each other. They interact. They know about each other's lives. It's really quite amazing. And I got to know these people quite well to the point where they invite everybody that is interacting with them to a Christmas party, including the bus driver. Now, this is unusual, and if you take the bus, that might terrify you. But it makes me happy because it starts my day in a positive manner. Any ideas what they do differently? They talk. And these things that everybody has their head into and looking at all on the trip on every other bus that I go on stays closed. They don't open their cell phones. They don't open their readers. They don't even open a newspaper. Instead, they talk to each other. There's communication happening. People from all kinds of different backgrounds and financial situations chat. They help each other. They cheer each other on. And all without technology. Now, you might not understand this because, you see, I work in information technology. That is my job. But I know that information technology hurts us in many ways. So when we sit down for dinner, there's some things we should do. We should decide when the phone gets put down. Not only our own, but our kids or our friends. It's amazing how many times you'll see somebody go on a date and there'll be two people sitting there with their cell phones instead of talking to each other. If we learn to put it down, then things in communication should improve dramatically. So I encourage you to set rules for yourself, set rules for your family, and of course, what am I going to ask you to do?
Put it down.
Put it down. Pastor Joanne Smith.